starting on our channel to prepare for our cruise that's coming up this fall. It is my first cruise ever, and this cruise happens to be a Disney cruise, so that's two firsts for me, so I'm super excited. So what we decided to do was bring together a video to go along with our travel vlogs to kind of get you prepared for vacation. And this particular one is going to be about not just cruise, but also Disney dining when you're on the cruise. So everybody eats, and that's one of the biggest things that people talk about is like all the food that you have available. And so since I'm a noob, I decided let's have Chris bring this to you. Now, why are you the person that I should be asking about this information?
I've been on a couple of the Disney cruises. I researched them a lot. I was an at-home travel agent and part of the Disney School of Knowledge program, so took tests and things and got certified with that to be able to sell vacation packages for Disney too. So I do have experience and knowledge from that as well.
Didn't you also have a Disney Vacation Club membership for a little while?
Yep, I was a DVC member for a little while as well. So got to do that with some of my time as well.
Yeah, so he's got the knowledge. Just saying.
Now I don't know 100% know everything, but I know a bit and I love to share it whenever I get that chance. So that's what we'll be doing today.
And that's one of the things that you can look forward to. As we're leading up to the cruise, we're going to bring more and more videos to you about ways that you can maybe save a little bit of money, or tips and tricks to get yourself ready, or things you just maybe not have known. And then while we're on the cruise, maybe we'll find out more information and share it while we're doing our vlog. So if you don't want to miss any of that, I would suggest that you subscribe so that you will always have those videos in your inbox, even if you just want to live vicariously through us and you're not planning a cruise right now.
Alright, so with dining on the Disney Dream, which is the ship we will be on, that's the one I have most experience with. That's what we'll be talking about today. But most of the Disney cruise ships they're all sister ships, so they're fairly similar no matter what you're on. But we're going to specifically be talking about the Disney Dream. And so the first thing I wanted to talk about on there is that just quickly overview of the restaurant. So there's 3 main dining restaurants on the ship that you'll be dining at during the nights of your stay, and you'll rotate through those. Fun thing with them is they do the rotational dining with your server, and your assistant server will go with you to each of those restaurants. So that person, those people are going to be with you every time you dine. They're going to know everything about your family and, you know, your likes, your dislikes, all that fun stuff. So no matter what night you go, they're going to have things ready for you right away. Like, especially like your drinks, and I love that.
Oh, okay. So a couple questions I have for that now that you're talking about that is, number one, do you share a table with someone if you have a smaller group? Like, only 4 of us are going. So do you share tables with like another group for the entire trip? Maybe?
Yeah, you will. You most likely will. It depends. I mean, sometimes some people luck out and they'll get just, you know, the table for their party. Or, you know, if you're a party of 2, you know, you might be put at a table with a bunch of other couples. It seems like they try to mix people in based on certain things. They kind of find out, are you vacation as family? Maybe you're from Florida, or things like that. I've heard stories of like, you know, the whole table is a bunch of couples all from Florida, or maybe they're all, you know, they happen to all be Disney cast members or something like that. I've heard stories of that. So you can also request, you know, if you are very particular and you want to stay in just your party, you can request that too. It's never guaranteed, but.
Oh, okay. So the other thing about the server is, and I know we'll probably touch briefly on this on another video, but I want to talk about gratuity just a little bit, since you are talking about the whole server aspect of it. If I remember correctly, you can pay your gratuity beforehand, right? And so that way you have it all paid up up front. But I heard that you can also pay it like more later if you want to. Is that correct? Yeah, your gratuities are a set amount.
You can either pay that in advance with your whole package basically, or at the end you'll get a thing in your room like on your last day saying, hey, these are the gratuities for all the people. Either you've already been billed for it, or we're going to charge you upon de-embarkation. And then they'll give envelopes. So if you want to give a little bit more to any of those servers, or anyone you've dealt with during your cruise, your housekeeping, you can add a little bit more in there as well.
Okay.
So it makes it super easy though.
Yeah.
So it's very stress-free when it comes to the tipping part of your cruise. But so yeah, the 3 restaurants again, they're going to be on the Disney Dream. We've got Royal Palace, which is like a princess fairy tale theme. Okay. Very elegant and beautiful. And it's got kind of a French cuisine, that's going to be more of the upscale dining type of thing, not total upscale like a couple of the other restaurants I'm going to mention later. Very nice. Then there's Enchanted Garden, which is going to be kind of like a garden gazebo terrace kind of theme to it. And it's really neat because you go from sunset, you go through the lighting of sunset, so the whole place like kind of gets like a little bit darker. It goes from like a bright, you know, the sun's up and then it goes to the sundown. Really, really neat. And then there's Animator's Palette, and that one's really fun. It's a very like casual feeling restaurant, and that's the one where you're gonna see like sketches from different Disney animated films and stuff like that on the walls. They have like animated palettes on the wall, and Crush comes in during the dinner service and he'll like interact with the different tables. He comes to like the different zones and he'll like talk to you and be like, hey dudes, what you doing over there? And it's really neat, like as you know the dinner's going on, he'll kind of come around and eventually say something to you. And that one's really neat. That one varies on different ships too, because some of them have like special shows where you get to like draw a character, and then the servers put them all in, and then at the end of dinner they'll come alive in different Disney animated films, your little character that you drew. So based on what ship you go on, your Animator's Palette experience may differ. Okay. So it's really neat. And then there are the fine dining restaurants, which are going to be Palo and Remy, and those are going to be like you have to pay extra for those. The other restaurants are included, but those they're like a nominal fee for each person, and you can have fine dining, adults only, 18 and up, and they're very strict with that. Even if you have a super mature 17-year-old, they won't let them in. Adults only. Super fine dining. Remy's gonna be French cuisine, all that kind of French stuff that you've heard of. And then Palo is gonna be Italian. So they're gonna have super fancy pizzas, chicken parmesan, things of that nature. Also at Palo, I recommend trying out their brunch. If you have a day at sea, they have a brunch, and that is amazing. I think it's better than dinner because it's a buffet. So they have a bunch of stuff out that you can just kind of take. And then they also serve their pizzas. So you can order the pizzas, or they have some of their regular hot dishes that you can get, like their chicken parmesan, which was probably the best chicken parmesan I've ever had in my life. So if you like chicken parmesan, you will need to try it.
I know Corey loves Italian food, and I would be willing to pay a little extra for a good buffet.
It's worth it.
How much like above the price is it usually?
It's about $25 a person, but it's, like I said, it's totally worth it. It's so much food, and it's so good, and the service is like the best service I've ever had at a restaurant. Like that server is just absolutely welcoming and warming, and just they're there for you. And honestly, once you have done dinner there or brunch, you'll be like, you'll never have service like that again, because they are so attentive to you and friendly, like the best of the best. So those are the fine dining restaurants. You want to make sure, my tips for those, make sure you reserve them ASAP. As soon as you can get on that website and it allows you to reserve any special things onto your cruise, make sure you're making your reservations for that as soon as you can, because they fill up fast. They don't have a lot of spots for them because they're very small restaurants. So if you're planning on doing it, do it right away. Reserve that spot. Get in there.
So our cruise director here will be in charge of getting us reservations for Apollo.
Yes.
For a day at sea.
It's gonna happen. Alright. And then up on the Lido deck, we have the Cabanas Buffet, which is open for like lunch and stuff, and breakfast as well. And that's got your normal cruise buffet stuff. It's got a wide array of foods. Pretty much can make anybody happy, no matter what your
so
types are.
When you do this kind of a thing, so the dining rooms are primarily for dinner, and then for lunches and breakfast and stuff, you go to the different buffets around the ship?
You can. That's something I'm going to talk about with that. So basically, for dinner, yeah, you can do that where you just go to the restaurants that's on your dining rotation. On your key to your room, it's going to have the different letters of the different restaurants you have for each night. But you don't have to do that. Like I said, you can go to like Palo or Remy if you wanted to, or you could just go to Cabanas and have your dinner there at the buffet if you don't feel like going and ordering off a menu kind of thing. Same thing with breakfast. You can sit down and have breakfast at Cabanas, go through and get some breakfast stuff, or you can go to any of the other restaurants and have a sit down full service dinner breakfast where the server will wait on you, you have a menu to pick off of, and it's all included. You have options, tons of options for that. I've never done the breakfast at any of the sit-down restaurants. I've usually just done Cabanas because it's really quick. You just go up there, and the plates are giant too, so it allows you to put on lots of food. But you can go up there and grab a bunch of food, sit down, eat out on the deck, and then head out for your day. If you're going out to like whatever your stop is, or Castaway Key, just eat them and head out.
Okay.
So love that. A couple of my tips that I have. Basically, for the dining times, you get to pick either you're gonna have first dining or second dining. If you are mostly adults in your party, I recommend the second dining because that one's gonna have less children in it. I'm not saying that, you know, trying to avoid children or anything like that,
Right.
but I know most adults, they, you know, with their dining experience, they wanna, you know, have a little bit more intimate feeling for their dining. But it is a Disney cruise. You're gonna have kids everywhere. It's families. It's something you can't avoid.
Right.
So if you're someone that's just like, I don't want to be around kids, you're not gonna have a good time. Doesn't matter. There's just no way you're gonna avoid it. But honestly, the amount of the times I've been on the Disney cruises, I really did not have a problem at all. And I don't usually have. I'm not saying I have a problem with kids. I don't. I was a substitute teacher for a while. I love kids. It's not like a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna be on a cruise. I mean, squished with a bunch of kids. If you come on there as an adult, we're gonna have a whole video about adult things that you can do on this ship, on the ships. So just stay tuned for that. You'll see. There's a lot of stuff for even grown-ups to do when they're not coming with kids. The second dining is gonna have a little less families at it. And then you're gonna have your show first, and then after the show, because each night has a show, the really great shows, and that's gonna be in the entertainment video. We'll talk about those. And then you'll go and have dinner at the restaurants.
Okay.
If you are someone that's traveling with a bunch of kids, younger kids, a family, or a large group, the first dining is a little bit better for you, because that way you can get the dining out of the way and then head off and do the entertainment, or if the kids want to go back to the kids clubs, they can kind of do that and then wind themselves down. So they're not eating later, because usually dinner is gonna be probably about 9 if you're doing the second dining. That's what I recommend. So like I was mentioning about breakfast, you have a couple of options. You have cabanas, where you can go and sit down and get off of the buffet, or you can order at one of the sit-down restaurants. You can order off of a menu and stuff like that, or you can do room service. Room service is really great on a Disney cruise because it's included with your whole cruise. So you can order whatever you want off the menu. It is, I believe it's 24 hours, or just about 24 hours you can order off of it. I know you can order at least very late into the night. Or you can even put out, you'll get like a little door hanger thing that you can just fill out, you know, what do you want for breakfast. And it'll be like mostly like muffins and bagels, some fruit, milk, juices, and stuff like that. You can just fill that out, hang it on your door, and then room service will come by, and then they will deliver that first thing in the morning. So you just come by and bam, it's right there at your room waiting for you, so you can head out. You can even pick what time you want it dropped off. So you can get up, they're gonna knock on the door, breakfast is ready, and then you can head out. So if you're one of those people that's like, we got 1,000 things we're gonna do at wherever we're stopping tomorrow, fill that out, and then you're ready to go. So it's really cool. Room service, a couple of things with that. Definitely do it at least once during your stay, because again, it's included. I recommend getting, it's not on your menu, but you can get Mickey bars, which are those Mickey head-shaped ice cream bars that are covered in chocolate. Ordering a few of those and putting them in your freezer, so like during your cruise, you feel like just crashing in a room for a little bit and having some ice cream, you can pop those out, ready to go. You can also order cookies, and they're big old warm chocolate chip cookies. You can ask for them to be warmed, and they'll come and they'll be like that all gooey and really good.
You have to like lose weight for your cruise just for all the food you're gonna be eating.
Yes.
Because of course you don't want to miss out on anything, so you're like, I have to try everything.
Yeah,
You know, if you're paying for it, you might as well.
Yeah, it's all included. I always loved getting the, they have a cheese platter too that they'll bring, like cheese and cracker platter. And it's all these like really fancy cheeses with some crackers. Again, that's included. So that's really fun to kind of order that and have that brought in and be like, I'm sitting in bed all fancy eating some cheese. Or out on your, like, if you have the veranda, sitting out there watching the ocean go by, eating your fancy cheese. So definitely try it out. The tip isn't included, so you would tip the server or the room service person that comes by to bring that, but the food is going to be included. Also, you can go and get some late night snacks over at the adult areas. They will have a late night kind of like snack bar kind of thing set up, where it's going to be a bunch of hot appetizers. They'll like chips and dip and some like pot stickers, some little like spring rolls and stuff like that. A really yummy little finger foods that you can go up there and get after like a lot of the restaurants have closed and stuff for the night. So if you're someone that's like a night owl and you're like, I'm just gonna get some like quick little foods and you don't want to wait for room service, just head down to the nightclub area, and they'll usually have like in the one of the place that's the bar, like on I believe on the Fantasy, it's the, I don't remember the name of it. But anyways, there's like a pub or a bar, sports bar kind of place on each of the ships, and that's the one that will usually have the late night buffet kind of thing going on for the snack food. But yeah, those are my tips for food and dining. Definitely make sure you get yourself out there on the ship and try the different things. There's food all over the place, and no matter what your appetite is, if you are carnivore, if you're a vegetarian, vegan, lactose intolerant, Disney is all about making sure you are taken care of on that cruise too. So make sure you're letting your servers know and people like that, so they will make sure you get all the food you want as well too. So yeah.
If there is stuff that you want us to go over before we go on our cruise, like topics, you know, for future videos like this, make sure you comment below and let us know what it is that you want to see and what we can cover. Or even if there's something in particular you want to see while we're on the cruise itself, like, you know, hey, make sure you take some video of this dining facility or whatever, then please comment down below and we will add it to our list of things that we can video for you and include in our vlog. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up because it is new, and we are trying to be more travel and planning oriented on this channel. So I really would love to see if there's a lot of feedback on this and that people are actually going to be watching and liking this kind of thing. So yeah, please make sure that you comment and like and subscribe.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you so much for watching today, and until next time, keep calm.
Stay Zainey.